What an honor it is to stand before you today, our future workforce. Early in my career, though, I was a thriving lawyer, and I thought that hard work was all it took to be successful. Until one day, I want to tell you, I was working, it was roughly 4 or 5 o'clock, 4:45 in the afternoon. I had a brief that was due the court by 5 o'clock. My secretary came into me and said, something's happened at my kid's school, I have to leave early. My friends, this is not something I'm proud to brag, I'm not bragging about it, but I looked at her and I said, no. In fact, I went so far as to say, your kid is your problem, not mine. It wasn't one of my proudest moments as I look back. You see, in my mind, it was a black and white decision. I pay you, you show up, you do the work, and that's how this works. End of story. Except that it wasn't the end of the story, at least not for me. Because it's in that moment and subsequent years that I realized I was missing a critical skill, one that no law school or textbook had ever taught me. My friends, I lacked empathy. And throughout your careers, you'll be tempted to make quick judgments of situations and of people. But I would urge you all to pause and put yourself in someone else's shoes. Because while hard work will take you far, empathy will be your superpower if you let it. You have to keep that in mind, class of 2025. And so since they only gave a brother 3 minutes, let me just tell you, I'm gonna leave you with a poem that I really take along with me wherever I go. And it's a reflection of an 85-year-old woman who realized that she was dying. And it goes this way. She said, if I had to live my life all over again, I'd try to make more mistakes the next time. She said, I wouldn't try to be so perfect. We all have these perfection fetishes, but what difference does it make if you can let people know that you're imperfect? They can then identify with you, because nobody can identify with perfection. She says, if I had to live it all over again, I'd relax a little bit more. I'd be sillier than I've ever been on this trip. In fact, I know very few things that I would take so seriously. I'd be crazier. I'd be less hygienic. I'd take more chances. I'd climb more mountains. I'd watch more sunsets. I'd go more places I've never seen. I'd eat more ice cream and fewer beans. I'd have more actual troubles and fewer imaginary ones. You see, she said, I was one of those people who lived sensibly and sanely day after day, hour after hour. And oh, I've had my moments, but if I had to do it all over again, I'd have more of those moments. In fact, I'd try to have nothing but beautiful moments, moment by moment by moment. Because in case you didn't know it, that's the stuff that life is made of, moments. She finally said, don't miss the now. She said, I've been one of those people who never went anywhere without a thermometer, a hot water bottle, a raincoat, and a parachute. And if I had to do it all over again, I'd travel lighter the next time. If I had to do it all over again, I'd start barefoot earlier in the spring and stay that way until later in the fall. I'd ride merry-go-rounds, I'd watch more sunrises, and I'd play with more children if I had to do it all over again. Class of 2025, congratulations. The future is yours. Chase your dreams boldly, embracing the power of empathy. And every now and then, don't forget to stop and watch the sunrise. Thank you for this honorary degree.